Do you want me to do it again? Hi guys, it's Phoenix Elektra. You may not know who I am, or maybe you do, but after this video you certainly will.
Let's start off. Who is Phoenix Elektra?
Phoenix Elektra is... I mean, yeah, I'm Phoenix Elektra, but the name is in everything I do. You know, it's a very unique name. It's just the essence of me and my like persona kind of as a whole. I got into music a long time ago. Originally in elementary school, I played cello for a number of years, and then that evolved into violin, and just I kind of am the type of person where you put an instrument in front of me, I'll figure it out. And so music has always been a part of my life. That's kind of where I started, but even as a kid, you know, I'd be singing songs in my parents' car on the way to school or wherever we were. It's not something I necessarily like got into. It's actually kind of just something that happened magically over time. Like fashion or music?
Both.
So like fashion, I mean, it comes from everywhere. It comes from 80s, it comes from gothic influences, scene, emo, punk influences. It's really just all over the place, and I draw inspiration from like everything. It just depends on how I feel. And honestly, music is more or less the same. I don't consider myself to have any kind of style. I don't consider myself any certain particular artist. Of course, everything is electronic, but I just kind of do whatever I feel like doing. And honestly, fashion is the same. I just kind of do whatever the fuck I want. I listen to a lot of Billie Eilish. Phineas is an amazing producer, and especially given that they're siblings, I just think they work really well together. I love both of their work separately. I listen to a lot of Whitney Houston. I also listen to a lot of what's colloquially referred to as divorced dad rock. So I listen to like Hinder, 3 Days Grace, Skillet, you know, things of that nature. But again, I kind of just listen to almost everything. I won't do like country music. Oh God. I think my biggest inspiration is just kind of like, oh my God, this is gonna be so conceited and it's gonna sound so narcissistic, but it's myself, fully. I'm a firm believer in that if you're not living the fantasy, nobody's gonna do it for you. And so I live my own fantasy every day. I think, given that I do draw influences from such a wide array, I think that's something a lot of people could take a page out of my book, because a lot of people like to pigeonhole themselves into one specific style, one type of anything, and I have never been one to do that. I like taking my influences from all walks of life. Hide your wives, hide your kids. Let's just say what I do is not kid friendly. Everything from the way that I dress, the way that I, you know, choose to live my life, it's not for kids, I swear, a lot. I wouldn't consider myself vulgar, but I'm definitely not kid safe. So I don't think children should be listening to my music, even the songs that there are no swear words in. And honestly, I don't think it's going to be great for like a more male-leaning audience. It's not really meant for men. It's meant for the girls, the gays, and the days. You know, that's who I do it for. And so anywhere else, you know, if you fall anywhere else, it's not really meant for you. Sorry. You can listen to it. I'm not saying you can't, but you know.
So that kind of answered who you make music for.
Yeah. Well, I honestly, I make music for myself. Like I don't really make it for anybody. Like that would be the target audience, sure, but I mean, I make music for me. Fuck everybody else. If, you know, everybody hates it, then cool. And if you love it, cool, great, thanks. Appreciate the support. But at the end of the day, I make music for me. And I like how it sounds, and that's why I make it. Oh god. Oh, there's so many. Billie Eilish would be a huge one. I don't think that would ever happen. Dory and Elektra, I love a lot of the stuff that they do and that they've put forward, and I love how they just completely 100% throw themselves head first into everything they do. Those two are honestly like at the top of my list. I am most excited for the future, honestly. Phoenix Elektra and just the career of the character as a whole was kind of an arc I took on, not really knowing what direction I wanted to go or who the persona was, and with that came a lot of uncertainty. I didn't really know what I was doing in terms of music or sound or like concepts even. I am definitely excited for the future because I have a lot of good things coming. As far as music making headspace goes, I really just kind of sometimes will have like a lyric idea or a melody idea like pop in my head, and then what I do is I'll take the MIDI data. I work in Logic Pro, and a lot of people give it a lot of shit, but it works, so I don't care. I'll take the MIDI data and go through synth after synth and, you know, put different plugins and modulate it differently and just find what I like. And it's a lot of just throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. And if I'm not feeling something like 110%, I can't do it. So a lot of my music headspace honestly kind of just comes from like fucking around and finding out.
Favorite color?
Hello? Purple. Duh.
Any pets?
I have a cat. I have my little Stinky. I call her my Stinky. I also call her my Squid. And I also have a dog, and her name is Lola, and she's got one fucking brain cell, and it doesn't do much, just like me, but she's a total sweetheart, and she suffers from wanting to be everybody's best friend, but not understanding that not everybody wants to be her friend. So, that's the best way I can describe her. Yes. Everywhere. I want fucking dingy nightclubs that fucking reek of like mildew and like stale cigarettes to like top headlining arenas that have 110,000 seats, you know, like literally just anywhere and everywhere. Like I don't care. Hometown bars would like hit the hardest. There's the Bourbon and the 1867 are two places that are like those are like the places I want to go to first. Like that's where I want to start because they're home to me. Success is really hard to define because it's so subjective, but for me, it's just having, you know, work recognized by the people that partake in whatever art you peddle. So whatever music I put out, you know, as long as people enjoy it and, you know, share it and whatever else, as long as they know all of the work that went into it and appreciate it, that's really all I care about. That's success to me, is people, you know, appreciating quite literally the blood, sweat, and tears that have gone into it. of course I want to be remembered as a good person, you know, everybody does, but I think I just want to be remembered by the work I put in. You know, I have an incredible amount of drive to do anything I can and have to do. I think I just want to be remembered as a performer, like somebody who entertained, somebody who just lived life. Oh, God. I have so many things. I'm always working on so many things. I have a vault. I have, I think, probably at this point over 60 or 70 songs that are all just kind of like backed up on like drives and on my computer. I think my next project is going to be called Electric City, with my spelling, of course. It's a song I wrote in collaboration with a friend. Without saying too much about it, it was the song I Want to Dance with Somebody by Whitney Houston. We both relate to that song and have bonded over that song a lot. And so it was basically, what if I took my style with the vibe and energy of that song and just went at it? And so I think it's going to be a really great song for the summer, of course, and for sharing with people that you love. So be on the lookout. Make sure you stream Blacklight on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, wherever you get your music from. Don't forget to support small artists, shop local, support small businesses, and of course, if you are supporting local musicians, the best thing you can do is purchase their music outright, whether that's physical copy, vinyl, CDs, or that's actually purchasing on iTunes, because streaming services suck ass. So, are we done?
That's all the questions I had.
Okay.